And Seattle for Assange interrupted his stupid book tour. And here we go.
Wait, that's not nice. I want to hear what he has to say.
This was from the Seattle Town Hall. This was June 9th, 2023. You want to hear it? Here it is.
And it's really exciting. Really exciting.
It's really exciting.
And I've tried to draw on things that I was actually involved in, people I actually worked with.
So he's written a book that's fiction.
Wait, what?
This is what I'm to understand. If you listen to him talk right now, he says, I drew upon people that I actually knew, people that I worked with, mobsters. Ready?
Mobsters I actually knew, because it's
fiction,
but it takes you inside those cases and those institutions, I think, in a pretty cool way.
In a pretty cool way.
Why did you block Assange from testifying about the DNC?
First of all, let me just stop and say the best part is that she interrupts him when he's talking about how his shitty book is a cool look at the deep state, wanting to extradite him to the United States. So they've been trying to kill him. What Julian Assange, what's happening to Julian Assange is a warning to anyone else who ever wants to tell the truth about the government. That's what's happening to Julian Assange, because what Julian Assange did was tell the truth. He's in prison, and they're trying to kill him for telling the truth, not for lying. You could lie all day long, and they make you president.
Agreed to a plea deal with the Biden administration that would allow him to avoid imprisonment in the United States. This is a big deal. Let me tell you what the terms are as reported by CNN. They report that under these terms, the Justice Department prosecutors will seek a 62-month sentence, which is equal to the amount of time Assange has served in a high security prison in London while he fought extradition to the United States. The plea deal would allow him to take credit for time served, allowing Assange to immediately return to Australia, his native country.
Time to celebrate, guys. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has been released. So basically, I actually am on live. But when you guys see this, I will have clipped this and everything. So it's good to, why don't we just wrap up with this story? So we're going to go ahead and let Anna keep talking about it and give us some more detail into this plea deal that Julian Assange has agreed to. I am celebrating for Assange. I think it's great that Assange has been freed because he's given up enough of his life in the name of journalism, in the name of the truth. And a lot of his colleagues haven't. That's enough, right? So let's let him have his life.
Country. Now, this is not the final hurdle because a federal judge would need to approve the plea deal. And I'm uncertain at the moment whether or not a federal judge will approve it. But if you're wondering what this case is all about, if you've missed it, well, Assange had faced 18 counts from a 2019 indictment for his alleged role in publishing classified documents that were leaked by Chelsea Manning. And in those classified materials, it showed the United States military engaging in war crimes. It had provided evidence of, detainees being tortured in Guantanamo Bay. It embarrassed the US government and the State Department. Let's keep it real. That's what it was really about. And so in 2019, under the Trump administration, the DOJ sought to extradite Julian Assange to the United States in order to prosecute him. And now it appears that the Biden administration has offered him a plea deal and he has accepted it.
And this is
thanks for watching. Our audience has helped.
No, we're not. Love it. So, okay, before Cenk starts to talk, okay, number one, guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. I really appreciate everybody who watches, and thank you. Let's make this really quick, too. I knew this was going to happen. What she said was the Biden administration has found a way to free Julian Assange. I mean, this is going to be huge. This is going to be right before the debate on Thursday, right? Let's keep it real. This is perfect PR for Joe Biden, who, in fact, has been put away for the next 4 days, because he's prepping for the debate. Obviously, they have to run the meds through, allegedly, in my opinion. Anyway, so they're prepping him for the debate, and this is perfect PR because they're going to hammer Trump with you didn't free Assange, you didn't free Assange, you didn't free Assange. They're going to hammer Trump with your administration tried to get Assange, and it was Mike Pompeo who tried to extradite Assange here so that he could have his way with him. It was Mike Pompeo, and Trump should have been on top of his people. Mike Pompeo is the worst, one of the worst individuals I think that's ever walked the face of the planet. Sorry, allegedly, in my opinion, that is how I feel. But let's go ahead and get back into this.
Is that he has to take the deal, and he already served 62 months.
I know.
That's a giant sentence in the UK while he waited for extradition. Now, remember when he was hiding in the embassy because he said, well, if I don't hide in the embassy, they're gonna put me in prison while I'm waiting for he was totally right about that, right? So now he already served over 5 years. This is a massive injustice. The fact that he has to sign anything saying that was okay is another injustice layered on top of it. So both Republican and Democratic presidents hounded him to the end of the earth because he did the principal crime of journalism.
That's exactly right.
Like journalism is not allowed at all in America. If you dare criticize the powerful, doesn't matter if it's Biden or Trump or Bush or any of these guys or Obama who started this in the first place. They say, how dare you embarrass America? Well, by telling the truth. What Assange revealed, no one disputes is true. And no one disputes that America was spying on its own citizens.
That's right.
And that he revealed something that is super important for the electorate to know. But they go, well, yeah, but he upset the powerful, so he should be sent to prison for upsetting the powerful and the high crime of journalism.
So I also have mixed feelings about this because I want Julian Assange to finally be free. And I want him to be able to go to Australia and live his life. I mean, the fact that he's been living the way he's been living as a result of the work that he's done is infuriating to say the least. And the reason why I have mixed feelings, the negative side of this is he has to plead guilty. And think about that for a second. So you have Chelsea Manning leaking classified material to Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, and WikiLeaks publishes this information. Very similar to what you'll see, let's say, in the New York Times, but there's one exception. When the New York Times takes leaked information from someone, let's say in the State Department, the State Department is strategizing. They're using the media as a tool to manipulate the American public and garner support for whatever military operation they're trying to garner support for. I think the 2003 preemptive invasion or preemptive war in Iraq is a good example of that. So if the State Department leaks it because they want it to be printed, it's totally fine. But if you have a whistleblower within the military leaking this classified information to a journalist and they publish it, well, then that's considered a crime that you'll get prosecuted for.
Anna explains it very well, and this is why I have mixed feelings too. Now, the mixed feelings is not, again, I will say this until I'm blue in the face. Assange has a right to go home and live the rest of his life with his family. And a lot of people were asking earlier on the Mario space, do you think like he'll go back to reporting? Assange could decide never to write a single article ever again, and I would not be mad at it at all. I would not be mad at him. He's done his due diligence. He's done his goodness for society. You know what I mean? Like his one good deed or whatever, if you want to call it. He's done enough. Okay, the man gave up his health for journalism, and now they're forcing him to plead guilty, and he has a right to go back home and be with his family. So I am not angry at Assange for saying, fine, F it, I'm pleading guilty. He's protested long enough about the truth of journalism and what it takes to tell the truth out here. I am mad at the people who are telling him that he has to plead guilty. That's what I'm mad at, and she's right. Because when they want us to fake know something, they'll leak whatever and tell whoever. But it was wrong when he did it because he told us the actual truth. And just let that marinate to what this country has become. To what is this precedent that's being set is for anybody who calls himself a journalist, or even a commentary. Like I'm gonna sit here, I'm a journalist. No, I know I comment on things, but I comment on things that I think are important to the American people. And so this precedent that's set here, it just shows you that, like, hey, the First Amendment is a joke.
Sets a bad precedent. That's the point that I'm trying to make here.
Yeah. So look, small credit to Joe Biden for getting it done, at least. Donald Trump's giant liar that he is. We talked a good game about, oh yeah, I care about Julian Assange and Julian Assange. Look, there was a period of time where I criticized him way after the leaks, because he started paying bounties for stories. And don't ruin your credibility. What happened with the leaks was one of the best acts of journalism of my lifetime, right? So, but those small critiques that we can have over different ways of doing journalism is nothing compared to putting someone in jail for 62 weeks because they actually revealed things that were true about the American government, which is the best form of journalism. And I'm sorry, 62 months. And so one more time, I hate that he had to plead guilty. He's not at all guilty. It's the American government that's guilty of doing the crimes against us that he revealed, and then doing crimes against Julian Assange. And I'll have you remember, what was the first thing that they charged Assange with? Sex.
And we did talk about that. And before they start saying words that I can't really say on this video, we did talk about this on the live, and we'll repeat it again, that there were some women who remembered that he might have hugged them too much or was hugging them both at the same time, and all kinds of confusion. And men, beware that women will remember something. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, because I speak in reality. This is why I say that all critique, all criticism is reserved for anybody who deserves it. And so this is what they did. They did the same thing with Russell Brand. It's just, it didn't stick on Russell, thank God. And like I said, Joe Biden gets this PR is going to be perfect for the debate. I already see where it's coming, but we know that it was Mike Pompeo, but Trump really should have been on top of his people. There's just a lot of things that are going to now come back and bite Trump in the behind. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. But at the end of the day, what they keep saying, and it's the same point that I'm making, is that he is not guilty. People are gonna, well, he pleaded guilty, so that makes him guilty. Like, it's, bro, come on. Like, all of a sudden, you people act like y'all don't know how this works in bribery and, like, you know, like all of a sudden, right? Like, the man should not rot in jail. Okay, and that was the only way he was gonna get out. He has a family, and I hope and pray that he can heal from this and actually be a member of his family, because he owes us nothing else. But this precedent has been set, and the First Amendment is it's basically the Constitution it continues to become Swiss cheese. We'll let it marinate. And guys, so that is it for the behind the scenes recording that I was doing. I am going to end this now because I'm, number one, exhausted, and number two, tomorrow I'm going to edit this and parse this out and put it out for everybody to see. So we'll keep it listed for now, and then we'll unlist it and everything. But thank you guys for coming through, and I will see you at the next live stream. Not sure when that'll be, but thank you everybody who supported and came through. I'm so excited that I was able to talk to you guys and that y'all listen to me. I'm always grateful for anybody who comes through. I see you guys at the next one. Bye.